So today's agenda, I'm going to see Damien from CENEX. He's working in a little town, New South Wales, so I'm going to go and check out what he's up to and say g'day. Let's go!
He became steel listed on the weather.
Alright, so I've just turned up to site. I'm going to be visiting Damo from CENEX. I can see him over there in the far corner. Let's go and say hello. So he's going to give us a bit of a rundown on this job that he's doing. Oh my gosh, nearly tripped over. How bad's that? I wonder how far back this goes. Hopefully you can see me. How you going?
Hey mate, how are you?
Good, good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Look at this beast.
Yeah, how you going?
Yeah, good man, good to see you. I'll flip this around. Actually, let's show everyone the beast. So what's that, you guys? Is that a 61?
Yeah, it's a 61. It's a pretty versatile machine, this one. It's still small enough to get into all the corners and stuff, and you know, big enough to do what we need to do with it. So
Yeah.
no, it's a good machine. Been a pleasure to operate.
So I actually test drove the D71, at Booton.
The 71's awesome. It's like the versatility of this size machine, but then you really have the power of like a D6 or the 65 engine in it, really. So it's the 71's a great machine to operate. So
Yeah.
but overall it does what we need to do. So
There you go. All right. So tell us what's going on, man. So once again, thank you for letting me come down here and say hello on this site. I know not every site is happy to have filming nowadays.
Some sites are pretty unfriendly, but we're best doing a big remediation here. We've been here since February for one of our good clients. We're near the end of it, so today is the last day of the subgrade import, and then we're obviously starting the topsoil, and so it's been definitely a challenging job with the weather that we've had up here in Newcastle. Like, we've had over 2 metres of rain here this year, which has made for a lot of swimming pools.
Yes, definitely, man. Yeah, I've heard that. Unfortunately, it's been a lot of rain. Yeah. I think Melbourne's copping it now. It's been raining every day there.
That's it. They probably had more sun than us.
Yeah, true. All right, cool. So, what do you want to do? So, how are you finding it here? Like, I know Melbourne's a bit quiet in that. Like, how is it here?
Look, we've had pockets this year. We've been very lucky that we are a lot more government-based projects now. So our local councils we do a lot of work for, and they've kept us pretty busy this year. Some machines have probably been on the more quiet side, but overall it's been good. We're probably very lucky that the Newcastle region at the moment is exploding. There's a lot of work going on up here. Like, we have the big bypasses between sort of Singleton and then obviously the Hexham Beresfield bypass there at the end of the freeway at Newcastle. It's a huge job as well. So overall we are probably in a very lucky spot compared to other states and cities at the moment. Yeah.
No, that's good, man. And is this the type of work that you mainly do, this sort of stuff?
We do a bit of everything, mate. Like, I used to think, we sort of specialise in one thing, but now we just, whatever you need, we just try and get it done. We obviously love our sports fields. We do a lot of them. And, I love the final trim side of things and making everything look amazing. So, this has been a great job to just tie up a couple of big machines for a long period of time, and I think you need those sort of jobs they just always tick over, right?
Yeah.
And then we sort of fit everything else in between. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, cool. So what are you just pushing out dirt here at the moment?
Yeah, so we're getting this shale import. So this has been really good for here. As I said, it was pretty wet, so to have a fair bit of rock in it's been a great material. It is venom, so It's no, it's been really good. Just pushing this out and tracking in, packing it down, wet it up, put the roller over it. So yeah, this is the last little bit that's just got to come up, another 150 mil, and that's pretty much it. So at the moment we'll just sort of bulk it and then give it a good trim at the end of the day, and yeah, ready for topsoil.
So you've been on Instagram and that for ages, haven't you?
Yeah, so that was a big driving force when I first got into business. So I've been in business now, it'll be 10 years in February, which is pretty awesome. I feel like I've beaten a few statistics there.
Yeah.
You know, and like anything, I just started off with a truck and a digger, and we're slowly growing as time goes. Like we're up to 14 pieces of equipment between trucks and equipment at the moment, so it just takes time. Every year we just try and add a couple, but you know, realistically since COVID we've grown a lot and added a lot of staff, a lot of plant, and we sort of just try to grow with our clients too. You know, we have a lot of good clients that, you know, they'll just own a builder or something like that in the early days. Now they're running a fleet of guys, and you know, big plumbing companies are the same. So I think we're just the next generation coming through, and you know, we try and do the right thing by everyone and do a great job, and you know, we keep getting work, so must be doing something right.
Must be doing something right. Yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, this is So how far do you guys travel, like, for work and that?
Look, being honest, mate, we'll go anywhere. We'll go interstate. I've done some jobs interstate. On average, though, we're generally between Sydney and Newcastle, Hunter Valley, so that's sort of 2.5 hour window. But yeah, if the clients need us somewhere and the stars align, then off we go. Like, we had a pretty big job out west not long ago, out near Warren, which is pretty close to sort of the backside of Dubbo, Cobar out there, and we did a sports field out there, and yeah, so wherever they need us, we'll go.
That's right, that's good, man. A quick shout out to our platinum sponsors, Earth Moving Warehouse, Melbourne Tractors, and TMC Cancella. Yeah, so you were just saying something about what's around here. What's that?
So we've got the local motocross track next door. As a kid, I used to race here, so we've got a couple of Z-grade championships there, mate. That's what we'll call them. So
Z-grade.
Z-grade. We'll call it Z-grade. So
yeah.
I love that place. It was it was a great place to race most weekends, and it's we really are in the heart of the motocross community up here.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go have a look over there. I sold mine, so I got nothing at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. We're even like 10 minutes down the road. It's where like Chad Reed grew up, and yeah, I believe even Casey Stoner's from up around these parts as well. So
makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's a great spot to ride.
There you go. There you go. Motocross. I never knew. Yeah. Wouldn't have thought. No, good.
Right, mate. Too many broken bones now.
Yeah. The thing. So you were saying about the podcast, how it was good.
Yeah, like it's very informative for a lot of owner-operators, guys getting in the industry, because, you know, when you start out, you don't have anyone. And I think too, like, everyone says they'll support you when you start out, but no one does. Like, I had so many friends that are builders or concreters, and like, oh, we'll get you to do all our work, and I don't want to work for one of them.
Yeah.
You know, like, none of them, you know, the people that have supported my business more than anyone are people I never even knew. Which is, it's crazy when you think about that. And yeah, the first steps of business are really hard, because you've gone from just being a good operator to then having to learn how to even pay yourself and do your invoicing and tax, and you know, at the time you might not have the cash flow to have some, you know, big shot accountant that does all your stuff, or a bookkeeper. So it's a lot going on. But you know, that's part of the journey. I think it's funny, like, the bigger you sort of get, the more people want to jump on board and help you out, and you get, you know, work sort of flows in a bit easier too. And you know, we all still deal with those same issues day in, day out, but I think you learn to, like, those issues just become a daily part of what you do, right?
Yeah, like, you become like immune to it. Yeah,
like,
it's just part of the process.
Yeah, like, that's it. Like, I remember, you know, the first time I ever you know, like when I first started hiring staff and that, and then say you have a staff member call in sick, and it was like the end of the world, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm going to let down this client, they're going to be pissed, like they're going to lose it. And you know, I think as you grow, like now, you know, touch wood, we don't really have those issues, but when we do, it's sort of like, yeah, whatever, you know, like, and the client's like, yeah, no, it's the next day. Where in the early days, when you're just working for a concreter that's, you know, two-man band himself, it's like, the whole job's pushed back a day and it costs everyone money. So
Yeah, that's the worst feeling when they put it on you and go, "Oh, truck's booked in," or
Yeah.
this and wait. And then it's like, oh man, and then it is the end of the world for them because
well, that's it.
Yeah.
And like I strive on always doing everything we can for our clients, and sometimes I will put myself at a loss to make sure that we can fulfil their needs and do the right thing to them. And the clients do appreciate that. Like I have a local government client. We do a lot of after hours things for them with water main breaks. Like we're talking 2 a.m, weekends, public holidays, and the reason that they always call us is I've never said no. So they go, you know what, we're in a pickle, ring CENEX, they're going to be there for us, and that's why they always keep coming back to us. Where, I know a few other people that have been there too, and they'll say no when it suits them, they'll work. If not, like it's too unpredictable. So then they go, oh, well, instead of ringing 10 contractors to come out, well, just ring the one, and
that's so true. Yeah.
problem solved.
Yeah, you do. You need to be flexible, and like you say, if the customer, if you do that one, take that one extra step for them, they'll always be to the back there and help.
100%. And like, don't get me wrong, there's still customers that take advantage of that, right? But once you've been in business long enough, you sort of take what a lot of people say with a grain of salt, and you know who the legitimate people are that you will always help, and then like the fly-by-nighters or the ones that ring you because someone else has let them down. And we've got a lot, had clients in the past that will go for the cheapest thing and they don't use us anymore, and the only time if they do use us, it's because the cheaper person let them down.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, oh well, Damo will sort it out for us, and you move heaven and earth for them to make it work, and then all of a sudden then you get nothing off them ever again. So there's no love there. There's no discounts. You get the full rate.
That's right, full rate. And they deserve it. Yeah, for that they deserve it.
Yeah, that's it. And like we've always based ourselves off loyalty and integrity, and we'll stick by the people who stick by us, mate. Like, and I think that's what you need in this industry, because we are across the country in a bit of a quiet place at the moment, and I think in any industry. So having clients that are going to pull you through and take you with them is key at the moment. And I think too, that's why like even a lot of guys in Sydney, they're just always chasing the dollar. Who was the cheapest? Or that guy's paying me an extra $5, I'm going there, and now all of a sudden, because they've built no loyalty with anyone, they've got no work, and they're ringing everyone else going, oh, I need work. And it's like, well, if you can sort of get everyone over, then you'd probably be in a good spot.
That's a good point for all the people that are wondering why they haven't got work, because sometimes you hear some people are pretty busy and some aren't, and then sometimes there's a backstory to it.
Well,
usually
100%.
There's a backstory.
Like I always say to everyone, mate, if you're good at what you do, you'll always have work. And I do believe that. Like I've seen it in times when people, like everyone's sitting at home, and if you go out there hustling and having a go, you will find work. It doesn't take. You can't say, oh, everyone's sitting at home, but then you could drive 10 minutes from anyone's house at the moment and see an excavator on the side of the road. Who's that guy working for? How can that person become a client of mine? Or like we even had record rain a few years ago, and a lot of our clients did warehouses, so we're working indoors. The roof was on the warehouse. That's the second one that comes out here.
Don't need to squash my drone.
Yeah, we don't want to squash that.
Don't squash the drone.
But like, there's always work if you go looking for it, and to me, if you're like a reasonable person trying to do the right thing, then it always comes back around. Don't get me wrong, you still have your up and down periods. You can't be winning all the time and just everything 100% utilisation and just killing it. It just doesn't happen, no matter if you're the biggest companies in Australia or the smallest companies, right?
Yeah.
But I think you just constantly do the right thing by everyone, and people do the right thing by you.
Not there.
Yeah, be around here somewhere.
Good to see a guy tipping off, see him in action.
Probably the oldest truck running in here. Everything else is been like pretty brand new.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a Mac CH688.
Yeah.
I had the Elite.
Yeah, the look very decent. The old Max is such a good car.
Yeah. Mine had the Mac gearbox, Mac diff, Mac engine. Oh, look at it. Yeah, I had the whole Mac system,
Yeah.
Mac diff, Mac gearbox, Mac everything.
I'd love some big trucks eventually, but they don't make money anymore,
Nah,
man. And that's
nah.
where I say to everyone, like the price that we can get guys for trucking dollars now, it's not worth having it yourself. Like, the only thing I say is trucks is convenience, and unless you've got tip sites or you're getting load rates, that's where you make your money in the dirt, right? But the truck itself, man, like you look at a couple of these trucks rolling in, we won't put the camera over there, but, you know, there's some $600,000-$700,000 rigs there, and you know what, they're earning $185 an hour.
Yeah, I know.
That's a tough gig, man. You burn a few $100 diesel a day.
Yeah, and all the maintenance. And
Well, that's it, mate. But don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's real niche pockets, but for the average Joe now, it is getting tougher and tougher in the truck game.
yeah. Are they coming in too?
The second one will be, yeah.
Maybe I'll stop. I'll stop for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah. So the trucks are.
Wait. Yeah, he'll be right, he'll figure it out.
Where's he going in there?
Yeah.
You might dump the trailer in there and.
Yeah, I just told him today, anywhere down here, I'll make it work. Like,
Yeah.
I know some people get real upset, like if you don't tip right in front of them and that, and like there's certain situations where you shouldn't, but
Yeah.
today I was like, just get him in here, I'll track around, I'll push it out.
Yeah.
So, oh, no, anywhere there, bro. Yeah, it'll be all good.
Yeah. So as a dozer driver, yeah, you gotta control the trucks coming in, tell them where you want it.
Yeah, you end up being. Nah, that'd be all good, bro. Yeah, I'll push it. Sweet as. Yeah, like you end up sort of running the job. Like here, we've obviously got guys on the gate that tell them they're clear to come in and writing their rego plates down and time in, time out. You know, we've got the wheel wash too if the conditions get to that point. But yeah, for the rest of it, then sort of take control. But we've been pretty lucky here. The truckies have been good. They can obviously see what I'm trying to achieve here. So
Yeah.
where I'm working, they're tipping generally just to the side of me. And we just keep working our way across. So yeah, it's been.
They sort of go like that across.
Yeah,
the
that's
layers.
it. Well, we sort of chatted with them all at the start, and we've pretty much had the same ones nearly the whole job. So you know, we sort of had to do pockets here on this job because there was a few like holes getting tested and stuff like that. But since we've been able to fill them in, it's pretty much start at the front and start pushing, and now we're down the back of the job. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah. So you're saying, so those templates that I offer, yeah, that's because the same thing I always thought about what I needed. You know what I mean? So we were saying before, like not a lot of people know how to create their own swims and JSAs, and nowadays they all want it every site, you know.
Well, that's it, right? And I think we're getting to a point too where safety's a part of it. As much as a lot of people sort of brush it to the side or don't think about it, we are all responsible for it. And as business owners, we really all should be taken a lot more seriously. Like we've obviously had a couple of deaths up here in the last few weeks between the Central Coast and Newcastle on work sites, which is not a good thing. Like everyone deserves to go home at the end of the night. Are those deaths preventable? Like I think they all should be on a work site. And it's terrible what's happened, and I guess when the time comes, all the information will come out, and as an industry, we'll all become better. But the big thing too, if you are an owner-operator, you really need to take it a lot more seriously, because we are getting to a point where a lot more business owners are responsible. It's just a chain of responsibility. We're at the top of the food chain, and I think gone are the days of someone stuffing up and they get the blame. Like you're the one that's going to get the foot in the arse and and held liable. And we are seeing that across the thing. There's been multiple court cases with employers not doing the right thing and people getting extremely hurt, and then next minute there's jail time for for those employers. So, you know, none of us want that or anything along those lines. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is true, yeah.
So, like, I think at a minimum, like, everyone should have their swims. They should be reviewing them, you know, either on a job-by-job basis, or if it doesn't change that much, at least on a, you know, sort of 6 monthly, just see what you need to do, sign on to them, get in the habit of it now, because in the future it's just going to be, it's going to become the normal, you know. So yeah, like I really am pushing it. Like, we're very lucky. I've got a safety lady that does all our stuff, and she does an awesome job. Next year we will be going to the ISO side of things, just because of where we're at and who we work for and what we do. But yeah, I think in the near future, if you don't have those things and don't do, you know, you won't get onto these jobs. You won't get a look in. You know, when I first started, swims and that were only on the big jobs. You know, now like we work for a owner builder, and some of them are asking for them, and you know, unless you're doing private work, you know, that's sort of it. But it's definitely you've got to protect yourself and your business that you work hard for as well, and make sure everyone's across the board with what they need to do to go home every night safely.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, like, if touch wood you ever do have an incident or something happens, if the more paperwork you've got, the better it is for you, because insurance might say, you know, all right, let me see your JSAs, let me see this, what procedures have you got in place? And you turn up and go, oh, actually I don't have that, they'll be like, oh, they'll have a field day.
Yeah, 100%, and you know, that's why I really can't stress it enough, that if you're early in the game, get all that sorted. Like, while there are plenty of companies out there that will take your money and give you something very generic, there are a lot of people that just do safety on the side. And once you get on with them, they make your life so much easier, because, as I said, we have a safety lady. She does an awesome job. She's the one that constantly updates it. I say, hey, I want it updated every 3 months. She rewrites it, redoes it all. Like, we, you know, then look at it, address it, see if anything needs to be changed. And, you know, she's, you know, constantly doing stuff for us, which is awesome. And yeah, you just got to be really proactive about it. And as you said, like, if you've got everything in place, like, I look at things that, if the procedures are in place, if something was to happen to me and I was no longer here, that someone that worked for me could follow those things and still be able to get the job done and look at those things if I wasn't around, like if I was overseas or...
Yeah, you know, that's right.
Even gone. So, you know, it is a big thing moving forward, and I think it will only get, you know, more and more full on too. So,
yeah, I agree.
You know, I look how many people, I guess, a few years ago were complaining about wearing, you know, like lace-up boots or, you know, long-sleeve shirts or long pants. Like, like I've seen, you know, when I used to be on the union jobs, mate, like, people just losing it because they've had to come to this site and wear all this stuff and, like, literally quit over it. I'm like, are you serious? Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you know, yeah, they can be a bit more hot than that, but maybe I've been in them for long enough now that you just used to it. A couple of Queensland summers and this stuff, sorts you out pretty quick.
Yeah, the thing is, though, more recently I've seen people with, like, skin cancer, and even, like, my father-in-law had a melanoma on his nose, and when I start seeing that, and some of my listeners have had them on their arms and stuff, like training from TerraPro, and they look at that. So then that started opening my eyes, because I used to be a bit like that. I'm like, oh, why do you have to wear that stuff? But now I'm like, you know what? It actually makes sense. If you're in the sun all day, a lot of times you don't even realise. If you're just operating that, you're so focused on the job. You've been in that cab with sunlight coming directly in, and it's all over you, and you don't realise you're burning.
No, 100%. I got told that the other day, like, oh, you're really tanned. I'm like, I think about it, you know, my little tan marks here's on the angle because my phone sits here, so my shirt's on the angle. But I said, like, even in the machine, like, I've been in the machine non-stop for nearly 8 weeks straight now, Saturdays and Sundays, and, like, I'm not hanging out in the sun. Yeah. So it just shows you, like, the reflections off all your windows, they definitely cook you on the inside. And, you know, not only from a sun safety standpoint, but just even little things, like you could be working on the machine trying to fix something, and, you know, if it wasn't for your shirt grabbing something and tearing, like, that would have been your skin. Next minute you're all cut up and hurt. So, you know, they're definitely the way forward for what we do anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, it is nice occasionally if you can wear a short sleeve and a shirt. Like it's
Am I making you jealous now? Shorts, mate,
yeah, but you know, most sites, so going down that path, you know, so
a lot of them now,
so you know, it's just a standard. Like pretty much every truck driver coming in today is in a long sleeve shirt, and it's just the normal. And some sites, man, they won't let you on, they won't let you in.
Yeah.
You know, we're pretty lucky here that we can wear. We don't have to wear the longs unless we have to, but I still wear it every day because I just go, well, what's the point to have multiple sets of clothes, like different shapes and varieties? So just
it's the same ones
day in, day out. So
yeah, no, you don't have to worry about what to choose today. Just I'm putting that on.
That's it, mate. I pretty much, obviously, I've got me rail shirts and me high vis stuff, but most days I'm just in the blue because it's sort of. To me, it's like having the blue's been good because if I work on something, it hides the stains if I get oil or grease all over me.
Yeah.
If I have to go into like a meeting, I look a bit more professional than being in a straight orange shirt.
Yeah, true.
And it makes me then look different to the rest of my team as well. So,
I learnt that you got to have that little bit of an edge over everyone. You got to have that little bit extra on that.
Well, that's it. Like, you know, all our shirts, no matter if you work for me, everyone will get everyone's names put on them as well, which is just a nice little touch, and everyone knows who you are. And you know, when we go to construction sites, there's always 10, 20 people there. You introduce yourself, you never remember their names,
no.
You know what I mean?
No. I'm the worst for that,
So, you know, if our guys have their names on it, then everyone just reads their shirt, pretends they remember their names. So,
oh man, that's good. There's a bit of insight for you guys. Yeah, there you go. No, that's good. Very, very, very good information. Yeah, I think safety. We do still not take it as serious as we probably should. Like even daily pre-starts, everyone still just does a tick and flick and this and that. And it's
all well and good till something goes wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's what. Like I've got a lot of younger dudes working for us, and they're obviously new to that stuff. So we do push it and drum it in because, let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, everything will be fine, everything will be good, but that one day that you didn't, look at your tyres properly and there's a massive rock lodged in between, next minute you're having a blowout on a motorway with a machine on the back, and, it gets a bit crazy. And, so that's why, you instill it in people's minds now and make them more conscious of it and aware of it, and they always then will second guess their decisions then instead of just doing them wrong from the start. You're giving them more of a choice because then they go, well, I know I should be doing it this way, but I'm going to do it this way. And then when it backfires, well, then you have the chat of, hey, mate, well, you shouldn't have done it that way.
Yeah.
You're now seriously hurt or you're broken, something costs everyone money.
Yeah.
This is why we do it these ways. And I think, mate, we'd all agree, like, we all hate the safety side to a certain extent. It's like the paperwork is shit. We hate filling it out. We hate showing our cards all the time. But it's just part of it, mate. Like, it's just, you can either fight it, but it's not going away. And, as I said early on, like, we all deserve to be going home safely to our families in one piece every night,
That's right. And now you can automate it anyway, so you can make it, so you don't have to have it all on you. You can,
that's
use a bit of software or an app or something.
An app, like all our stuff's on the app, so the boys can, we use Assessor. It's been good, all the machine pre-starts in there, machine paperwork, latest service histories, swims. Obviously we still have hard copies in all the machines because we still have a few clients that are pretty old school that love a pencil and a pen. And for them, we, as much as it sucks, we still have to provide that because it's just not worth the hassles. But for everything else, it's automated. Like, even the client here, like I do our pre-start and I just send it straight to him. He's got a copy of it. The big safety boss comes out here, at least they go, hey, where's their pre-start? And boom, here it doesn't say. So they've got no need to talk to me there.
That's true.
Everything's in their office and in real time too. So, and all the faults, if there's any faults, they're noted there too, so they can see that as well, and we get it addressed and held accountable. So
all right, Damo, nice chatting with you. So happy to see what you're doing out here. Thanks for having me down.
Pleasure, mate, and enjoy the road trip up to Brisbane.
No worries, thank you. Take care.
Pleasure.
All right, there you go. There was a quick little visit to see Damo from CENEX. Thank you to Damo for his time. I know he's a bit busy, so it was a bit hard to stand and talk for too long, but what a legend, man. What an absolute legend. Anyway, on to the next place, guys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for trucks obviously. On the lot.
He became steel resistant.